Controversy on JNU Vice Chancellor Srimati Santishree Dhulipudi Pandit. JNU VC clarifies on caste of God's remark, says she was paraphrasing Ambedkar's books. JNU VC remark, referring to her remarks that all women, according to the Manusmriti, are Shudras. She said she was analyzing the work of Ambedkar. JNU Vice Chancellor Santishree Dhulipudi Pandit issued a clarification on her remark. She claimed that what she said weren't her own thoughts, but she was paraphrasing B.R. Ambedkar. Delivering a keynote address during an event, she spoke about the caste of gods. JNU Vice Chancellor Santishree Dhulipudi Pandit issued a clarification on her remark where she spoke about the caste of gods. She defended herself, claiming what she said weren't her own thoughts, but she was only paraphrasing what B.R. Ambedkar said in his books. Her clarification came a day after her remarks during the lecture. She delivered the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar lecture series titled Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Thoughts on Gender Justice, Decoding the Uniform Civil Code. I was speaking on Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and gender justice, decoding uniform civil code. So I had to analyze what was his thought. So I was paraphrasing what he said in his books. These are not my ideas, she said. I also said that Hinduism is the only religion and a way of life. Sanatana Dharma accepts dissent, diversity, and difference. No other faith does it, and it is to the credit of Hinduism that such great dissenters from Gautama Buddha to Ambedkar are celebrated, she added. Referring to her remarks that all women according to the Manusmriti are Shudras, she said she was analyzing the work of Ambedkar. She wrote a lot on Manusmriti, and it is he who said all this. I was only analyzing his viewpoint, and he being the father of the Indian Constitution and the chairman of the drafting committee, it is extremely important to understand his philosophy. When I was talking about gender justice, it was very important for me to even analyze this point of view, she said. What was the controversy about? Delivering a keynote address during the event, the JNU VC Pandit stressed on the need for caste abolition to make society better and said, I don't think that Brahmins can sit in a crematorium. Lord Shiva wears snakes around his neck, sits in a crematorium, and wears fewer clothes, so he may be from the scheduled caste or scheduled tribe community. We should understand the origin of our gods anthropologically or scientifically. Anthropologically, Lakshmi, Shakti, and even Lord Jagannath do not belong to the upper caste. Lord Jagannath is from Adivasi tribal community, she added. So there is a controversy, but this is what Dr. Ambedkar has said. So we have to look at it critically because he is one of the great dissenters. It is extremely important for modern India, especially when we are going to the Amritkal and looking into some of our great nationalists who have written a lot. These were not my thoughts. I am not as great in the original as Dr. Ambedkar. As a good academician, I was just analyzing his views on gender and justice, she said the next day after a controversy erupted. So, my dear friends, with the acquaintance with Professor Dr. Santishree Dhulipudi Pandit, I know her as a good academician for so many years, and we have collectively worked in many seminars. We have attended many lectures. So, what I find is she is an intellectual and hardworking teacher, and she is bold enough in expressing her views and thoughts, and she was highly responsible, and she had molded hundreds of students. She gave life to hundreds of students, and they were all graduated, and they were settled in their life. So this is all the credit of Professor Santishree Dhulipudi Pandit Madam. In a seminar, in a conference where Ambedkar International Center had conducted, as an academician, it was her responsibility to analyze the situation, to analyze the context, and in that context, she had analyzed the subject which was written by Dr. Ambedkar. And of course, we all know that God has no form, God has no taste, God is a nirguna, God has no form, and he has no caste, and all these castes and all got attributed and by the human beings. So, Lord Shiva or Goddess Lakshmi, Parvati, Mahalakshmi and all, anthropologically, they were of no caste. But Dr. Ambedkar had given such arguments and such verses, such sentences, and he being the father of the Constitution, it is our bounden duty to respect his views. Of course, when God has no caste, then why all this controversy and all? So, even women, our Vice Chancellor had fought for the freedom of women, for the empowerment of women. I have seen with my own eyes. So, she always tells her girl students, to be brave, courage enough, and to fight at all situations, in all situations. And life is not only acquiring knowledge, and children are not vessels to be filled in, they are lights to be lit on. This is the principle which our Vice Chancellor JNU Santishree Madam believes. So this doctrine or this principle made her great for several years. Of course, these controversies, it will come and go. It is all political drama. But he, as a human being, she is a woman of great values. And all the students, even they are grateful to her. And in this moment, all the students expressed their opinions and expressed their gratitude how this madam had molded their lives. So at the outset, unfortunately, this situation has come. Sometimes it is often that we should all meet such situations, and it is of no value. And her original opinion, we know she is a good devotee of Lord Shiva, Mahalakshmi, and she has great respect and great respect and regard to the Hinduism religion. And as a devotee of she's a Shaktiya, and as a devotee of goddess Durga, she advises all her girl students to become like goddess Durga. So I hope that this controversy ends to this extent. Okay.